are stories you can tell and there are things you can make me see that I do not know how to see. Na baka pag nakita ko yung kwento nyo, ay, oo nga, biglang parang dun sa Painter and the Thief, suddenly nakita ko siya through your eyes. If you can do that, then I think that will be great. Kung hindi nyo naman magawa, huwag nyong kursahin ng sarili nyo. Maybe not this time, but in the future, after a couple of months or a year or so, I think eventually magagawa nyo rin yun. Kanya-kanya tayo ng wala. Ano naman yung wala sa atin. So, part ng boses nyo yun. Kung sobra kayong insecure na tao, then puntahan nyo yung pagiging insecure nyo. I'll go to some questions. It's a checklist on the story concept. Although may script na pala kayo, pwede rin naman parang script na, pero if story concept yung ginawa kong checklist, dito, it may help you when you flesh out your story concepts into scripts after the workshop. Clarify muna natin yung definition natin. What is a story concept? May konsepto kayo na gusto nyo gawing script, pero story concept ang tawag ko because mayroon na siyang beginning, middle, and end. So para siyang maiksing summary ng storyline. So lahat ng magiging script nyo, nakatungtong din naman dito. So kailangang solid, kailangang matatag itong story concept na to para pag nag-proceed kayo into doing the script, may tinutuntungan kayong matatag. Usually, madalas nangyayari, nag-scripting na, maraming problemang kailangang isolve na nasolve sana kung pinatatag yung story concept. Sinusolve nila, nag-script na, mas mahirap mag-solve ng problema pag nag-script na kasi matatabunan na siya ng magagandang dialogue na ayaw yung i-give up, magagandang eksena na hindi naman kailangan pero ayaw niyang pakawalan kasi nag-enjoy na kayong isulat. Darami na ang mga problema doon. Pero kung dito pa lang sa concept, sinolve nyo, pagdating doon, easier yung writing. So, sa checklist natin, number 1, does the material, meaning yung material na pinili inyong gawing kwento, does it matter to you? Does it correspond to your beliefs? Ano yung material na pinili inyo na isasali o kung hindi isasali na i-develop na kwento? Tungkol saan? Does it matter to you? Tungkol ba siya sa advocacy ng laban sa impunity or justice or women, plight ng women o plight ng mga kabataan, ng mga bata? Does it matter to you? If the material doesn't matter to you, mahirap magsulat. Lalo na kung baguhan ka. So, it should matter to you. Lalo na wala na kayong panahon gumawa ng todo research ngayon, then it should matter to you. It should be something na importante sa inyo. Okay? Number 2, is it relevant? Well, gusto natin na relevant siya. Unless, panindigan yung, maski hindi relevant siya sa panahon ngayon, gusto kong gawin. Pero kung gusto nating ma-appreciate siya, whether ng jurors o ng audience, dapat mahalaga siya sa panahon ngayon. So, ano mga relevant na issues ngayon? Anong pinag-uusapan ng lahat? Ano ang pangangailangan ng mga tao ngayon na marinig na kwento that makes it relevant? Okay? Baka napag-usapan na yung ganyang issue 10 years ago, ngayon mo lang ginagawa ng kwento. Then you have to be aware. Making it relevant now, you have to be aware na ay may mga lumabas ng ganyan and yet gusto ko pa rin gawin. So kailangan may bago ka ngayon nasabi to make it relevant. Otherwise, inuulit mo yung sabi na 10 years ago gawa ng kwento. So you have to make it relevant. Number 3, is it believable? Maski siya fantasy and so on and so forth. We have to believe. You cannot say it tungkol siya sa strike sa factory so believable. Just because may totoong nangyayaring ganun doesn't mean it's believable. Your story has to be believable. Okay? And then number 4, is it relatable yet fresh? May mga filmmakers ang gaganda ng ginagawa nila pero inaantok ng mga nanonood at dito hindi makarelate, may distancing and so on and detach ang audience, but the films are good and that's what they want to do. If that's what you want to do, that's okay. Importante, address nyo itong question, sagutin nyo to, and then violate it in your answer. But if you want it to be relatable, then it has to be something na maintindihan, ma-appreciate ng audience. Number 5, does it have USP? Well, kuminsan, gusto natin may USP. USP, unique selling proposition, unique siya na take or handle, ibang klaseng treatment. Ginawang musical ang Macbeth. So, yun ang unique, yun ang fresh. Lahat sila Ilonggo magsalita doon sa buong short film. Hindi na masyadong yan ngayong 2021, 10 years ago, that would be really unique and that would make it really attractive. Naku, lahat sila Ilonggo, lahat sila Kapampangan. Marami nang gumawa ng ganyan, kaya less unique na siya, pero unique pa rin siya. It can still be a handle. Yung maupay, yung weather na pelikula ni Carlo Manatad na nag-Locarno Film Festival, lahat yun in, salita sa Tacloban. After the typhoon sa Tacloban yung situation. So lahat sila salita sa Tacloban. Sina Charo Santos, sina Daniel Padilla, yun ang dialoguing nila. So that can be a uniqueness. May uniqueness ba yung short film nyo? Kung walang uniqueness o kung wala yung ibang points dito, do not worry. Do not say, kailangan maglagay ako ng uniqueness. Ito lang yung questions na pwedeng tanungin, but you can say, no, I don't need. Okay? Inulit ko, you can say, I don't need, or I'll go opposite, or it doesn't matter to me, yung question. I'm just asking you to answer all the questions sa concepts nyo as part of your learning process sa workshop. Because you may have materials in the future na kailangan sumunod dito. Ulitin ko, it's your voice, how you want to do it. Number 6, does it have a clear genre or tone? Comedy siya, comedy dapat. Horror, horror siya, malinaw ba siya, hindi magulo. On the other hand, you may do fusion or hybrid, dramedy, dramang comedy, or Get Out, parang comedy of manners na naging slasher horror sa last part, or Parasite, halo-halong genre. So you can go fusion, halo-halo, o subvert a genre. Hindi expect na ako mag-romcom, biglang hindi nag-romcom in the middle, then murder pa lang. So long as naitayo nyo at bosses nyo, I'll encourage you to go do it. But if you cannot do it well that way, then play safe, have a clear genre. And yung 30 minutes na yun, mahaba yun ha. You can go shifting genres even in 15 minutes if you want to shift genre. Halimbawa, you may want to do a story tungkol sa coming out ng isang gay. Mahalaga naman ang coming out ng gay kasi hanggang ngayon oppressed pa rin naman at ang daming ngayong hirap pa rin mag-come out as gay. At may mga kilala ako na hindi pa rin makaka-come out as gay sa pamilya nila. Ang haba na ng pre-progress. Ilang letra na ang nasa LGBTQ. Dati, isa at apat na letra. And yet, in many ways, hindi pa rin nag-progress. So, you may feel na ang concept na gusto mong gawin ay coming out. Then you have to be aware. Is it relevant? It is relevant to know. At marami ng issues na nalalabas tungkol dyan at mga write-ups. Marami ng mga pelikulang lumabas. You have to be aware of that.